About a week ago, Cross River State Governor Basi Otu announced the arrival of 2 newly acquired aircrafts to add to the fleet as the state is set to relaunch its airline, Cali Air. Cali Air, the virtual carrier operated by the Cross River State government, has taken delivery of its first CRJ-1000ER aircraft, marking the return of this regional jet type to active service in Africa. Well, joining us this morning to discuss the relaunch of its state-owned airline is Captain Iman Utum, retired, the Commissioner for Aviation. He will give us insights into the state's foray into the aviation sector and its relationship with Areo Contractors. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program today.
Good morning, Bimbai.
Good morning, Captain Utum, for joining us on the program. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the matter,
thank you very much.
Let's start with the concept first. Mr. Bismarck Rewane, an economist, distinguished, is very well known, I said that, look, all these state governments setting up airlines, setting up airports, that many of these projects are not viable. Now we have Cross River State saying it wants to revive Cali Air and invest heavily in it. I guess Mr. Rewane's point is about sustainability. Even the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development said, in terms of airports, just about 3 airports are even valuable in the country. So what's the idea, the grand idea about Cross River State saying it will revive Cali Air that failed before, that it wants to revive now? Is it just prestige? What are the issues, if you may, enlighten us?
Thank you very much. I'm not hearing the last part of. I didn't hear the last part of the question, please.
Oh, you didn't hear me? I was just saying, look, what's the value proposition?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Ruben?
Yes, good morning.
I'm not hearing him. Okay, thank you very much, Ruben. The Cross River State aviation journey started in October 2019, when the former governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade, acquired our first 2 aircrafts. That is the 737-300 aircraft. Although it's much earlier, but we can leave that for another day. But the 2 aircraft were brought in and then put under the management of Areo Contractors. And we came on board in 2023. And His Excellency, the Governor of Cross River State, met with me and said, look, we need to raise the bar and ensure that we run the airline as it is being operated elsewhere. So we started thinking of which aircraft will fit into our routes and then also operate as expected in the country. So we went into the market and saw the 2 aircraft that will be unveiled tomorrow, the CRJ-1000 aircraft, and we paid for them. Now, you're asking what it is just being in the aviation sector or occupying space there. No, that's not the idea behind why we came on board here. Now, what we have decided to do is to lay a foundation that was not there before. We have, since coming in, sat down and put a roadmap together and also started the journey for becoming an independent airline. We approached NCAA for an ATL and an AOC. And the processes have been going on. And as I speak to you, we've been granted the security clearance by the DSS. So the next step is for us to be issued the ATL and then move ahead from there to get the AOC. Now, all these processes are not like running into a supermarket and picking a commodity. So they take time. You know, the manuals have to be prepared and all of those things. And that's what we have been doing. And as I speak to you, we are ready to launch fully. Now, we are not launching just to be just another airline in the Nigerian airspace. We are launching on a new foundation, a foundation that will see us operate with international best practice. That's why we're here, and I can assure you that Cali Air will soon become the airline of first choice.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that, Captain Iman. And again, congratulations. This is a very wonderful news for all of us, especially for some of us who want to be plying that route, Lagos-Calabar, very regularly. I'm really looking forward to the launch of these new aircrafts and having Cali Air back in the skies. But let's talk a little bit about some of the business relationships involved here, especially your relationship with Areo Contractors. Now, of course, in the past, we've discussed aviation relationships between states and their contractors and so forth. And on one such occasion, I brought up the issue of the debt between Cross River State owing Areo Contractors 900 million. Now, remember in speaking, I said 900 billion, but what I was actually referring to was the figure of 900 million connected to the aircraft B737-300. You can't hear me?
I'm not hearing.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Captain Utum, please confirm if you can hear me right now.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, great. So what I just said is that I specifically have discussed the issue of the 900 million naira debt owed by Cross River State government to Areo Contractors. I made a mistake and said 900 billion, but I was referring to 900 million. And this is concerning the aircraft B737-300 of registration 5N-BYQ MSN 30334. Which was on attachment in the year 2023 because Cross River State government owed Areo Contractors 900 million naira. Your state's position is that you have cleared this debt. I'd like to know how and when this was done.
Thank you very much. You recall that when that story came up, everyone was concerned. Everyone was concerned in the state. And I must say that that story was not verified by you before going to the press. Because from all the data that is available to us, you took the story that was so many years ago. I think about 2019, that story was done.
Okay, Captain Iman,
we'll take a short break and try to re-establish connection with Captain Iman Utum, retired, the Commissioner for Aviation, Cross River State. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the morning show here on the Rice News Channel. Our guest is still Captain Iman Utum, retired, the Commissioner for Aviation, Cross River State. Well, Captain Utum, I hope you can hear us very clearly now. Captain, thank you for staying with us.
Yes, I can, yeah.
Aha, very good.
Thank you.
Vimbai here was asking you a very important question. Please, okay. Vimbai.
So I just want to be clear that you can hear me before I launch into what we were discussing? Please confirm
yes,
that
I can hear
fantastic.
you very clearly now.
Great. Oh, wonderful, my brother. All right. So I believe you had said that this was an unverified story from 2019. I was just correcting you to say that this is actually a story from the 30th of May 2023, reported by This Day newspaper, Business Day, Daily Trust, Guardian, Business Day, Leadership, independent newspaper. And so there was never a refutal from you, and there was never a response from the state. So are you alleging that there was some sort of fake news that was planted in all of Nigeria's most credible newspapers to create some sort of controversy against Cross River State? And also, why didn't you respond if it was an untrue story?
Okay, thank you very much. The story was done on May 30, 2023. And I took over from my predecessor on the 16th of August, 2023. Now, 30th May 2023, just a day after our governor was sworn in. And at that time, the government has not settled down to respond to these issues. Commissioners were not appointed, and there was no way anybody can just come from the blues and respond to that, that publication. Well, by the way, let's leave that by the way. Let's go to the real issue that has been raised in that, in that publication. There is nothing in our records before we came in and after we took over that suggests that Cross River State is owing Areo Contractors 900 million. If there is anything at all, at some point in time, it was Areo Contractors that was actually owing Cross River State. And the relationship between Areo Contractors and Cross River State was that they are the operators of our aircraft, and they were operating under a dry lease arrangement. So there was no time, and there's no record anywhere apart from that story that you're referring to, which suggests that Cross River State is owing Areo Contractors.
Before I hand over, sure.
Areo Contractors cannot also confirm that.
Okay. Before I hand over, so I want to know, what is the status now of the aircraft I referred to? That's B737-300, registration 5NBYQ, MSN 30334, which was on attachment because of this disagreement. Was it not grounded? Is it back in the sky?
They are not grounded, they are operational.
It's operational. When did it return to being operational? Because as of this report, it was grounded. So when did you get it back in the air?
They've been back in the air since November.
So why was it grounded? If there was no debt, why was it grounded?
At that point in time, every aircraft has timing for maintenance. And every part of the aircraft is maintained on regular basis. I mean, you need to understand how aircrafts are managed. The aircraft were on ground for overhaul at Areo Contractors MRO. So it wasn't even a period for a long period. One of them was down because of engine issues, and the new engines were got for them, and they started flying. And since November 27, when they flew into Calabar, and His Excellency, our governor, received it at the Margaret Ekpo International Airport, they've been flying.
Okay. So you said they had, can you hear me, sir?
And as I speak to you, one of them will be in Calabar this evening. Okay. So they have been operational.
So you said they had engine issues, that's been sorted. You said, at first, you said we have cleared the money that they claimed that you were owing Areo Contractors. Now you say that there was no debt on your books. So I don't know which one, to believe. But I'd like to ask you, you have a deal with Areo Contractors. You bought new jets recently. You are doing another deal with Value Jet. Why two airlines, conflicting airlines with different deals? And can you tell me how much you bought these new jets for? these new planes that you brought in, that you say we worked on with value jet, how much did it cost? How much did it cost, please?
Okay, you are putting two questions together. You are asking me why the other two aircrafts are with Areo Contractors, and I said the debt, we were never owing Areo Contractors. We have a dry lease with Areo Contractors, and Areo Contractors on the contract are to maintain the aircraft and operate them. And we have a lease rental agreement, and they've been meeting up with their payments since coming on board. Under my watch, Areo Contractors is not owing us on the lease, and then the issue of debt at all between us and Areo, as I say, even as I speak, Areo Contractors should be or is the one that is owing Cross River State.
Okay.
Now, back to the question of the
yeah.
Can
So
I
how much
land,
did you
please?
people pay for these two new aircrafts? Quickly, as we wrap up, because we have to go.
Can I answer the question that you asked before I go into how much we bought the aircraft, so that we can clear the air? It's very important we clear the air on a lot of the issues that have been raised in the press. It's very, very important. So you just give me some time to build up an answer that will respond to your questions or the concern in Cross River State and in Nigeria. The point is that Cross River State, bought two aircraft, gave it to Areo Contractors. Areo Contractors are managing under the contract that we have with them, and it has been operating smoothly. Now, what Areo Contractors is owing Cross River State, the processes to get that money is on. And it's not, things that we have to take to the press all the time. The arrangements are on to get their payment back to Cross River State.
Okay.
The other side of it, you are talking about the aircraft being given to value jets.
Yeah.
We haven't our AOC. We are waiting for the ATL now. Okay. So in the industry, that is allowed.
Okay.
We can give the aircraft, outsource the management.
So how much is the aircraft?
Build up our own management.
So how much did the state buy the aircraft for?
How much is the
aircraft? What's the cost of it? How much did it cost you?
The two aircraft.
Yes.
The two aircraft we just bought. We bought them for $32,500,000.
32 million. How much in US dollars? $32.5 million. Okay.
32 million. Yes.
32.5 million.
Okay. We have to round up. We have to close this. But maybe when you have another opportunity to come back, I would like to ask you questions about the management model. I see states, we have Utum Air that is doing very well. Now Cali Air, being revived. But what about the management model? Because in Utum Air's case, government is not involved. Is government going to be the Lord and Master of this operation in Cross River State? Have you given some thought to the management model? Because that will mean a lot.
Not at all.
Oh, so you haven't thought about it?
Not at all.
Okay.
Cross River State is not planning to manage the aircraft by ourselves. We're going to set up a proper management for the aircraft. We're going to ensure that the management meets the standard expected of an airline anywhere. That's what we are doing. Okay. Anybody who knows our government knows that he's a man who does not take...
I get it. You are confirming that it will not be run by civil servants. There will be private sector involvement.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yes,
anyway.
It's a purely private company, and it's going to be run as such.
Okay, thank you very much, Captain, for joining us on The Morning Show.